everyone, welcome. I thought it would be really fun today to just take a tour through the VRBO that we set up. You guys kind of saw me in the beginning when I was thrifting for it, decorating it, and then we kind of had to hit a little bit of a pause because there were some things around the house that needed fixed, and then we had Christian's class trip and all of that, but it is finally all done. And so I wanted to show you guys a tour. That way you could see it from start to now finish and show you how everything turned out. I am super happy with it. I think it's so cute and I can't wait for people to start staying in it. So let me walk you through and you can see what it looks like. Coming in the front door, we have got this little section over here. I absolutely love these chairs, and honestly, I wish I could put them in my own house, but I cannot because they are for here. One little trick I wanted to show you, and I wish these were black, but they're not, and that's fine. But I put little fuzzy stickers on the back of the chairs that way, and I do this in my own house actually as well, is that way when the chair goes up against the door, it will not rub on your wall. So just a little tip if you've got chairs or a bench or whatever on your wall. And then we've got our hat and our little tennis racket or whatever kind of racket that is. It's smaller than a tennis racket, so I don't really know what that is, but I liked the color and it was super cute. Then as you come into the room, this is the living room. We've got this picture wall over here. All of these photos I just printed from Google. I think I showed you guys that before when I was putting them all together, but these are all just miscellaneous frames that I got from the thrift store. And then we've got this here, this little buffet, which I absolutely love. I got for $59 at Goodwill. And all I did was just take off the knobs, spray painted them gold, and put them back on, and I love it. And then we've got this little section here. All of the furniture in this house, with the exception of the beds, is from Facebook Marketplace. The beds are from Amazon. And I can link the ones that we used. They're also the ones that we used in our lake house, and we love them. They're so great. But then this is how this side turned out. This was the hearth that we were waiting on to be affixed to the wall. So once I got the okay that that had been done, I was able to come over here and get the wood placed inside of there. And it is just a little foam backer board, like what you would do an art project with or science project. And then I just bought these wooden rounds on Amazon because I have to have something that will pop away from the wall because we have our outlet right there for the television. And so this worked out great. I can just have it right there like that. You would never ever know. And I think that it turned out perfect. And then we've got our bookcases on each side. This over here, this picture right here, and the bench are both from Ross. Those lamps are all thrifted. Really, honestly, everything in this house is pretty much thrifted, with the exception of like the kitchen utensils and Keurigs and, you know, things like that. The bedding was all from Ross, but otherwise everything else was thrifted. We've got a little thing over here that just kind of slides through, shows the different places around this area that might be interesting or appealing to those that are staying here. We've got this for s'mores in the backyard. I'll show you outside in just a minute. And then we've got this here all set up. This is what it looks like from this side. These stools I actually got for, I think they were $39.99 from Ross. And I just could not pass those up. I was looking on Marketplace and I just couldn't find any that were gonna work for this area because there's not a ton of space. Like it's a decent amount of space here now, but the ones that I was finding would have been very cumbersome with the table right here. So those worked out perfect. I snagged those. And then this is what the hearth room looks like. We've got another picture wall over here. And I see this picture is a little bit crooked. Let's fix that, okay. But this is how this wall turned out. And again, I just absolutely love it. You guys have seen walls like this in my own home, so obviously that is something that I am loving right now. We got the mantle finally raised and straightened out. Sam did that for me on Sunday. And this is what this room looks like. And I am loving it. Let me show you downstairs really quick, and then I'll show you the bedrooms upstairs. All right, so this was all unfinished, and so we went ahead and finished the basement, painted the ceiling black. That way it didn't feel so closed in. If we would have covered up the ceiling, it would have just felt very, very closed in down here because the ceilings would have been very low. So we opted for that. And then here is this side. I love these pieces right here. They are all from Ross. And then we got the TVs hung. Obviously you saw the one upstairs. And then we got this one hung over here. I see this cushion is crooked, which that kind of stuff just bothers me. Okay, much better. And we've got that. We got the ping pong table put in over here. And this is how my window wall turned out. So there is only one tiny little window right there, and then back behind this curtain is the electrical box, and I did not want to see that, and so I had Sam help me hang those there so that it would just cover all of that up, but yet come across as 3 different windows. And I think it turned out really good. It just makes this wall look much more finished off and not so bare, and it doesn't accentuate that tiny little window like a bare wall would have. So I think it turned out great. And then over here we just have this a little bit of art. Those are also from Ross as well. And then this piece is thrifted. Those 2 items are from Ross. The horse picture is from Ross. And then we've got our bathroom in here. This is how it turned out. Super cute. I love it. And then the bedroom in here. Let me turn these lights on. And this is how this room turned out. And then we got our curtains hung over there. Those were not done the last time that you guys saw, and nor was this art. So super cute. I think it turned out great. And then we just painted the ceiling here white to make it feel a lot taller in this room. And then this is what the basement looks like on this side of the room. So really, really happy with it. We've got washer and dryer behind that door, and then behind this door over here, that is a key code lock, and that's just where we keep all of our things that need to be stored, like paper towels, extra sheets, that type of thing. So that is that. And then let me really quick show you upstairs the bedrooms. All right, back here are the bedrooms. Here is another two pieces that are from Ross as well. I love those. Love them to be in, again, my home, but I can't. We've got bedding all put up. Here is this side. Squeaky floor. And then here is the bathroom. You guys did see this because remember that was the shelf that I actually hung myself with big girl tools. And I had to use those little white spindly things behind the screws. So, I mean, like I've said before, I'm basically a builder. So there's that. And then that's this side. Here is that. And then here is this bathroom. And we swapped out this mirror, and people will come and clean this before the first renters come in, but I'm just showing you that before. So there is the mirror that we swapped out. And then here is this room. This floor keeps squeaking. I love, love that. Now Chloe wants a section of her wall at home to kind of look like that with the cowboy hats. Again, everything but the bedding was thrifted, and the nightstands. The nightstands are from Ross as well, and I paid $29.99 for them. And they're super cute. They have like a little rattan front to them, which I love. So there is that. And then the last room is this one. I love those crystal lamps. I think they're super pretty. And then that is what that side of the room looks like. I am just really, really happy with how it all turned out. And this is what it looks like from this side of the room. All right, let me show you the backyard. All right, we got this from Facebook Marketplace, which was a great find because we needed something fairly small because this is not a huge deck area right here if you want to like be able to still walk around the table. So we did that, and then we've got the little string lights up here. So that will be super cute. We've got the grill over here, and then this little fire pit right out back. We took out tons and tons of bushes and just totally dead foliage. And so that looks so much better now. And then we've got some wood over there so that people can build a fire if they want to. But I think that that is super cute. Went ahead and put this little bush situation over here. There were like 2 or 3 ginormous, like just totally overgrown bushes right there. And so all of that is gone, and it just looks so much more maintained. that is it. If you guys are ever in the Kansas City area, I would love it if you would come and stay at our VRBO. That would be absolutely awesome. I will link it down below if you are ever in the neighborhood. I will link everything that I bought from Amazon in the storefront code up above. That way, if you are in the market for beds or anything like that, you can find that link there. All right, friends, until next time, be intentional about what is important and necessary and release all of the rest. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.